You know the day destroys the night, night divides the day. Try to run, try to hide.
Hey you guys, thank you for tuning into this video. My name is Tony and this is going to be the first episode in what is hopefully going to be a new series for Hey You Guys Gaming. If you can't remember me, back in the day when we used to be known as Thumb Culture, I did some videos on there where I talk about all sorts of stuff. And we've just decided, us guys here at Hey You Guys Gaming, to reprise those videos. So this is the very first in a series that's going to be coming out probably once a week at the very, very minimum, around about that. There's going to be no real schedule to it, but you know, as things kind of develop and as things evolve, if you want to say, the videos might become a sort of regular feature on a certain day. We haven't quite ironed that out. Well, thank you for tuning in to this, the first video in the series. And unfortunately, I'm bringing you guys some bad news. If you've been paying any attention to the interweb over the past few days and you're a fan of Rock Band, you will know that Harmonix, the developers of the Rock Band franchise, Harmonix, have decided to call it quits with the Rock Band series. They haven't really announced that they are ditching the game as such, but essentially they are going to be making no more DLC. The DLC, the downloadable content, the weekly song fest is going to stop from this coming April. It's been an absolutely amazing run that Rock Band has had since the very first release of the game in 2008. Essentially, Harmonix they didn't really want a standalone game, as they left with Guitar Hero. As you probably know, Harmonix left Guitar Hero, having originally made that game. They left after Guitar Hero 2 and went off to make Rock Band. They wanted to make more of a kind of social element where you could play the drums, the guitar, the bass, you could sing and all that kind of thing. And from week one they have been releasing DLC for that game. I mean, it's been going for a staggering, in their own words, a staggering 275 consecutive weeks, releasing over 4,000 songs for the Rock Band platform. But as developers do, there's got to be a time when you call it quits, and they've decided that that time is now. They're going to leave while they're ahead. There's still going to be weekly DLC coming out up until April, but after April the DLC is going to be no more. And I'm sure, like me, if you're a fan of the game, you will be absolutely gutted about this. I mean, Rock Band has been a part of my gaming life since it very first came out. When the game came out, I went down the morning of release. I bought the pack with the drums, the guitar, the microphone. I had some spare guitars from my Guitar Hero games before that. And I spent the day going through the game, unlocking all of the songs, because my friends were coming round that night and we were going to have a Rock Band fest. We did, and it became a regular weekly thing round at my house. We would have our own Rock Band nights. Whenever the new songs would be coming out, I'd let everyone know what was coming out that week so they could prepare themselves to play it that weekend. And things used to go on until the small hours. Seriously, I reckon my neighbours hated my guts because we used to play it full whack till about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, absolutely non-stop. It really is a sad day. It really is a sad day. When I saw the news come out, I was gutted. I have to say I was really gutted, because there's so many more songs that I want to be able to play in Rock Band. There's so many more songs that just deserve the Rock Band treatment. I mean, it's not all been rosy as far as I'm concerned with Rock Band. The actual core game itself has been fantastic. They released the very first add-on pack, I believe it was the ACCDC add-on pack, which was really good. It had some of ACCDC's classic tracks on there. I'm a massive ACCDC fan. The one thing that kind of nerfed me a little bit, kind of ticked me off a little bit, was that they were the live versions of the songs that we know and love from ACCDC. I would have liked the original masters on there. I can't remember. I think there was something to do with ACCDC and licensing or something along those. I can remember there being something wrong with it, which is why we didn't really get the pre-recorded versions. But hey, any ACCDC is better than no ACCDC as far as I am concerned. So that was okay. The good thing with the pack was that you could transfer it into the main Rock Band game, so you didn't just have to keep swapping it. If you wanted to play the ACCDC tracks, you could transfer those games over to the Rock Band account. They also brought out the standalone Green Day pack as well, which, again, I have to admit, I'm not a big fan of Green Day. Probably out of their entire catalogue, I like about 4 or 5 songs. I'm not really into all that kind of skater, metal-y, pissing off your mum type music. If I'm going to listen to metal, I'll listen to metal where you cannot tell what the people are singing about. Cannibal Corpse. But you know, Green Day, it was fantastic. It was good. You know, they went in and modelled all the characters in there. It was a fair release. I mean, I'm sure there are people who love Green Day and they wet themselves in anticipation of that game coming out. Again, you could transfer with the use of the little transfer code. You could transfer the songs over into Rock Band, so you could have it all in one place. And this is the great thing with Rock Band. They were building a platform. It wasn't just a set of games that were coming out. They could, you know, release different games when the game almost demanded it, if you like, but they didn't need it just for the sake of getting songs out there, because all of the Rock Band songs pretty much worked on any other platform. You know, you've only got Rock Band 3, you buy some DLC, put Rock Band 2 on, or Lego Rock Band, you know, the songs would work absolutely fine. One of the biggest plus points for me was when Harmonix decided to do Beatles Rock Band. Beatles are one of my favourite bands of all time, and I was highly anticipating the Beatles Rock Band game when it came out, and it didn't disappoint me at all. It goes to show when a developer has actually got love and passion and commitment to a project, and they want to see that. You can tell that they just loved every single minute of making that game. It shows in every single aspect of that product, and it puts such piles of shit like Guitar Hero Metallica to shame. Just something that's kind of shoveled out there. It's just an incredible game. The whole thing with the dreamscapes that were in the game, the track list. I mean, I have to admit, I was a bit pissed off that we didn't get every single album that the Beatles had released. But hey, you know, what can you do? The character models in the game were fantastic. The mix was absolutely awesome. The track selection that they had on there was amazing. The Beatles exclusive instruments that were on there were great as well. I cannot sing the praises high enough for releasing the Beatles Rock Band. It was absolutely fantastic. Brilliant game. And there's nothing much more I can say. This isn't really a review about Rock Band as such. That's another video entirely. It's pretty much the end of an era, really. It's the end of an era for me. I'm going to be planning on having a Rock Band party on the very last night that the DLC, whatever that DLC is, on the very last day, the very last DLC, I'm going to buy it, even if it's Taylor Swift or whatever. I will be getting that DLC. I'll be getting some friends around. I'll be having a Rock Band party that night. So just let me know. Let us know. Give us an answer. Are you a fan of Rock Band? Are you sad that it's the end of the day for the game? You know, what are you going to do without your fix of Rock Band? Of course, we've still got the game. We can still play it. There's still going to be parties coming on. Harmonix have not underlined it in red ink and put a big cross through it saying there will never ever be any DLC again. They have simply said that, you know, they're going to be taking a bit of a hiatus. The band has not split up, in their words. They're just taking a little bit of a break. So what did you think of Rock Band? Did you like it? Did the whole rhythm music kind of thing just pass you straight by? Did you get bored of it after Guitar Hero just released product after product, month in, month out, year in, year out? What do you think of the game? Is this a sad time for you? It is for me. So guys, this is Tony here for Hey You Guys Gaming. Thanks for tuning into this video. I want to leave this as a dedication to Harmonix. Horns up in the air, you guys. This is for you.